University, the word stands for Academy for Ultimate Mastery or Academy of Ultimate Mastery. I say Academy for Ultimate Mastery. And many people ask me like, why you say this is Ultimate Mastery? What is ultimate? And I ask them the same question, what is ultimate? Ultimate mastery means the same like what you said. What is mastery? Mastery is you live with very least, you can say, very little, the word I'm looking for, dependency on others. You live with least dependency with from nature, from others, especially from others. That's what the whole idea about mastery. Because once you are depending on anybody or anything in the world, the absence of that or the lackness of that can destruct and destroy your focus of life. That's the reason I said, okay, we have to overcome this dependency and pain. If you are depending on anything or anybody, this sure is going to come. One day it's going to be lack, or one day it's going to be lost, or one day it's going to be disappear. Then you feel like your path is destroyed. And I decided how we change this, or where we are actually start learning this dependency in our life. Where it is coming from, why human being is dependent all the time. Even though he have his legs and his hands and his way of thinking, everything is not dependent on anybody. But he become dependent, or she become dependent on someone. Even though that feels little protected, but at the same time feels like the minute once it is lack, what is this person going to do? He feels lost. And there is somewhere in our growth, we are actually learning to depend on something or somebody. And this was my curiosity. Why this person is getting dependent? Where it started from. And then you go into the deep meditation, I call this, not meditation, deep learning about it. Say like, oh yes, from childhood you are depending on your parents, your friends, your community, your school, your teachers. This is what basically we are learning to depend on somebody. And what happens, slowly it has become a growth in our life to become depending and depending and depending.
Right.
And in future, he thinks dependency is very normal.
Right.
But always the dependency make us more in trouble. And that's why I said, there is one way we have to get out. Somehow we have to get out, because this is stopping humanity from the growth of what is he actually looking for. Then a question comes, what is actually a human looking for? What is a human actually looking for? Human looking for peace. Yeah? Shanti, peace. Where you find peace? What happens when you have experienced peace? You feel relieved, or you feel freedom. That's what we are actually looking for. Yeah? Freedom from what? Freedom from disease, freedom from enemies, freedom from suffering, freedom from everything. We wanted to experience our own life. That is what we are actually hoping for, living for. But somehow in our system, we build in a life, become dependent. We ourselves coming into depending on others and reducing our freedom. And our hope is freedom. People get married to be freedom. But basically once you get married, you feel stuck. People have family to we become free. But once you have family, you feel stuck. Here's something happening with something going on in our mind, yes, or our action, whatever the previous action, what we are doing. That is where my interest comes to where it is happening with the human being. And I find from childhood this dependency is actually creating a problem. And that's why, I said, okay, there is many people in the world. Many people means most of the people's names we know. Like many people are lived without depending on others. That kind of people is always stand up. Everybody knows that people. Yeah, they are not dependent on others. The world depended on them. From the time of Buddha to now, you can actually maximum how many people you can count? Maybe 100. The whole entire human world, like we have only stories maybe 3,000 to 5,000 years. That's what we know about the story. All other things is just stories. We don't have any evidence on it. The real stories, we can say there is evidence maybe 3,000 years, not more than that. 3,000 to 4,000 years. That people's name we know. Maybe some statues, maybe some books are written, some people said about their experience or what they said. This is what we know.
Right.
But when we know about them, what they've done in their life, they are all actually depended other people very, very little in their life. And that is what AMU-VERSITY is, the whole ultimate goal about learning you to live with the least dependency. Yeah? And that is where the ultimate mastery comes from. Once you live with least dependency, when this question comes around, what is least dependency? Here, then we have to look at, what is making me dependent, and what is not making me dependent. When I am not dependent on somebody, and that is where you understand yourself, your own talent. The time when we are involved and evolve in our own talent, that is the time we are very least dependent. And when that happens, as we are talking before, when that happens, our body chemistry changes. Our body becomes more healing, more beautiful, more enthusiastic, more excited, more happy. This is what happens to our own self, because we are not anymore haunted by fear. When we are haunted by fear, I don't know, you've been to any Buddhist monasteries? You've been to any Buddhist monasteries in your life? No. You go to a Buddhist monastery, on the gate of the Buddhist monastery, you see a picture of a monk or a master training a tiger. And you have a small stick, and the tiger is actually, he's training the tiger. When I asked them, what is this picture? And I said, no, it's in every monasteries have this. We also have it. And I asked a few people. I didn't get a proper answer. I asked many, many people, and one guy said, that is your fear. This is your tiger. Is walking with you, haunting you from the back all the time. Until you don't turn back and train that fear properly, you're never able to survive, because this tiger is always there to haunt you in your life. That is why this Buddhist monastery always have this picture of a monk training or playing with a tiger. That was a very enlightening story for me. Like, I was always scared about my life. It's always I'm scared about something in my life. I said, wow, this person is saying you don't need to be scared. You look at the fear and train that is into your own life. This is what actually happens when you see your talent and you evolve into your talent and you start nourishing that talent, and that talent overcome your fear, and you don't ever remember your fear. And that is where your body chemistry changes, and the endorphin and the dose factor, dopamine, endorphin, oxytocin, and serotonin grows, and your body become more happy and flourished by this. This only we can do by knowing our own talent. And many times we will ask, like, how I know my talent? Will I say that is you have to look back into your own life. What is the technique? What is the things what you do when you are facing anything in your life? What is the first thing you do? Yeah, what is the first way of you see the things and do things? Yeah, and that is where your talent is hiding. You look into it, and instead of just pushing that away, look that one and nourish it and see it and accept it. Then your own world open up. And that is what AMU-VERSITY's idea. We just wanted to tell people, it's your own talent is your own life or own path. We say purpose and everything, but the purpose is only seen only through our own art form.